I was just talking with the gentlemen in KISS, George and Peter and Paul and Ace about...
George is not George?
Manager. I want to ask...
Oh, George! Oh, you're Ace! George is not here.
George
how about
here,
James?
in the background.
This is confession.
The bass player!
All right, you better talk about that list right now, because you're not getting away with it.
You were telling me about something that happened on the road.
Well, why don't we let Paul kick off the story?
All right, fine. Like I said, Paul was going to kick off the story.
There's so many great road stories. It's really an education. When you go out on the road, you're really green. I just thought of something. The very first tour we did, you know, you expect all these women and you start settling for girls. But
confession time here.
I remember one instance where I didn't even tell you. I was with a girl in my room, and I said to her, "So tell me a little about yourself." You know, and she said, "I just got out of the nut house."
Oh, that one. Yeah.
No, but the story we were talking about, we were in Arkansas, and I was with
you wanted me to stay in your room that night?
I was with a girl, and this was the first tour, and it turned out...
This was about 4 years ago.
Turned out that she was 16, and it turned out there was a prison right across from the hotel, convenient to take me away. And it also turned out that she made her living going from room to room in the hotel. She was a hooker. And all of a sudden, there's a knock at my door. And it's the police telling me to open up or else. And I can't figure out what's going on except that somebody must have told on me. Meanwhile, Ace is in the room next door throwing his furniture onto the highway, having a party.
Yeah. We were on the 20th floor of a hotel, and I don't want to name the hotel because I don't want to be incriminated.
Again.
Anyway, I threw all my furniture out the window, and I was with two other friends of mine that actually were from New York, but had somehow ended up in Arkansas at the moment. Anyway, to make a long story short,
we were in Canada.
My road manager runs in the door and he says, "The state troopers are here. They're going to arrest you." He said, "Get in bed and put your head under the pillow." I said, "Great." So 5 minutes later, the state troopers walk in, and there's my road manager, Frankie Scanlaro. Hell of a nice guy. I love him. And he says, "Look at him. He's drunk. He's under the pillows. He didn't do anything."
Go to Paul's.
There was a lot of people in his room. There was a big party. They got him drunk. They drugged him. They threw all his furniture out the window. They ran out the door.
They got him drunk. They got him drunk.
They got me drunk. I fell out. They threw all his furniture out the window. Look at him. He's gone.
We got away with it.
And
it flew, huh?
Yeah.
That wasn't the first time he talked his way out of getting in jail. But he was an incredible guy. Frankie, I love you. I'll see you New Year's Eve.
Going into the last commercial, I don't know if we still have the record up, but we played a piece of music and you'd said something that caught my ear. A lot of people won't recognize that.
That's Beth, written by Peter Criss.
As being
KISS
Kiss.
music.
Yeah.
And if it's still up, if you could just sneak it in a bar or two, because maybe people watching this have a short memory span. It'll be here in a second. But now, why would you say people wouldn't recognize?
People have preconceived notions about who it is that KISS is. You know, they think that all we are is, you know, guitars, loud guitars, drums. We're also four happy-go-lucky kind of guys that wear makeup. You know? No.
Go ahead.
We,
happy-go-lucky.
Peter Criss. Naturally, they don't play the vocal.
That's us doing
No guitars, no drums, that's right.
That means down. That means down.
My God, to me it just looks up and down.
Yeah, just down.
So that goes to show you we could write with, it's a symphony. I mean, we used a whole big symphony when I wrote that tune.
When have you done that in front of people?
I do it every night.
With a tape. We use a tape for
I use
that
a tape, but I sing live to it. And we won People's Choice Award for it. It was a big hit for us.
But you played the violins yourselves?
We had like a
You have charts written out for, the various sections, and you make sure that they play the right melodies and the right timbre.
A lot of people, have so many preconceived notions about KISS, but the greatest thing about the success we've got now is that we're basically free to do anything we want.
like this.
What are you doing?
He's ruining your teddy bear.
I'm trying to make him a space bear. Space bear. The only space bear in captivity. I got him. He's captured.
Captain Bear.
Okay.
Space Bear.
How are you, Tom?
I'm all right, thank you. In your off time. I mean, when you're not performing, not in your off time, but when you're. What is the recreational activity that you enjoy?
Oh, orgies,
Yeah.
sacrifices.
Human sacrifice.
Human sacrifices.
There's a movie where it says the guy said orgies.
Orgies, that's...
Oggy doggy
No, I do various things.
Do you mind if I hold on to him? He's
No, you can hold him as long as you like.
Thank
Just
you.
make certain that when you leave, he stays.
okay.
Then you'll go
I've
to mine
heard
and take
the
one
horror
mine.
stories about thefts. Yes.
watch horror movies, collect Betamax cassettes of horror movies, cartoons, old. Try me. Name me any horror movie, and I'm putting you on the spot. As old as you want. It could be silent.
This is his game. Gene's got you, man.
Of course he's going to get me. He's gonna
No,
take a real
because
straight.
I'm not that good on horror movies.
Well, Pat told me that you were.
You don't?
No, he like. I heard you like the old gangsters movies because I love the old.
No, he doesn't like that either.
No,
He just
I
likes
don't
bears.
care for those.
Cartoons. No.
Cartoons I care for.
All right, try me.
You mean if I give you a cartoon and you'll give me the plot? Or what?
You could do that.
Animation.
All right, I'll give you one. Bugs Bunny, Hairway to the Stars.
Hairway to the Stars is when he goes, when the big spaceship lands, the Martian comes out. You got it. With the little helmet.
looks
And
almost Roman.
Chuck Jones produced it from an original script by Robert McKimson. You can check on it.
I don't have to, because Chuck Jones was here about 3 weeks ago, and I remember that conversation.
It is Chuck
We
Jones.
talked about Hairway to the Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, you just picked it up.
Now, do you also, when you say horror movies, do you mean mystery movies as well? Like
No.
if I said to you Diabolique, would you know that one?
That's a French movie from 58, I
Put
believe.
the bear down.
Yeah. I don't really go in for suspense mystery as much as something that's got a sense of outre about it. How about that? That's a French
Well,
movie.
then you'd know the day
like
the Earth
it.
stood still.
Of course, 1952, Michael Rennie, Gort the Robot, Klaatu Verada Nikto. Hi, Mom.
Here we go.
How are you doing, Mom? Yes, that's
Invaders
what...
from Mars.
Invaders from Mars, 1953 with...
Some space.
1953
That's a big one.
with... who was Lou Costello's girlfriend? God.
Quick.
Hillary Brooks is right. Bring him on the stage. Hillary Brooks was the mother of the child.
So that's
right.
trivia, horror movies, and you watch them a lot, and you have a
Yeah.
collection of them?
In fact, yes, I get into my little straitjacket, put on the Betamax, on it goes. Hello, Luli.
Little disconnected things come out.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's a living, you know what I mean.
And you?
I fantasize being a masked crime fighter. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. This is about as close as I can get to it. The other time when I'm not on stage, I kind of sit in my apartment and say, I want to be alone.
That was very good.
Someone once said that. Didn't you?
When did you start dressing up?
Like this?
No, this is not
This
dressed
isn't...
up.
You know,
This isn't that wild for this guy.
No, this really. You should see what I wear on the street.
Nothing.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I always had this dream of becoming a crime fighter, but there was never any call for it. I always wanted to be on a stallion overlooking the Long Island Expressway, with my hair blowing back, fighting crime. But it just didn't work.
No, there aren't too many guys around on stallions looking over the Long Island Expressway with their hair blowing in the wind.
Except
saying,
at night.
Hi, I fight crime. Are you the one who used to one of you used to race cars a lot, or
Well, I tried it,
yeah?
but
Many
it doesn't
times.
work well for me. I've wrecked quite a few cars in my time. I'm very lucky to be here. I really am. So I stopped that. I promised there no more racing cars.
Well, you know, Peter, we're very lucky to have you here.
Yeah, well, it's good to be here.
It's
Tom.
really strange, Tom. Peter has 9 lives. He's come close several times.
That's good, Ace. He's the
And we
cat.
still love him, and we're glad to see that he's still around. God love you.
So now I stay up watching late. I like Bogart movies and Cagney and the real old gangster stuff. Dillinger, all those real. And I cut guns. I target shoot. I don't
Just
hunt.
toy guns now. We're not
No,
talking about
I
real
cut
guns.
real guns.
What do you mean?
I can say that.
But as a collector of them, because
I
of
collect them and I shoot them only targets. So I never hunt animals or anything like that.
what is it about having a gun collection?
I'm fascinated by them. Maybe because I'm fascinated by gangster movies. If I could relive, I would love to be in the 20s and be like a Dillinger or a Babyface Nelson.
In the movies. See how I'm trying to bail him out? In the movies. It's McCoy, our manager. Hello, Bill.
Well, wait, if he wants to be on the
Gene, are you kind of the guy who kind of keeps it all level
mother.
and keeps it all?
You know what I like?
The mother.
He's the mother
See, because
superior.
again, let me tell you something.
What's hit? The man is hitting. I don't believe this.
Because if
Give
this
me a
guy-
break, for
God's
That
sake.
was for fun. That was
Gene
for fun.
Simmons talking about being a monster.
Well, try this for fun. Man's violent, for heaven's sake.
That was
can't be
fun.
You're rude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All I know is if this guy gets himself in trouble, I'm in trouble.
Wait a minute. You can run around being a vampire. And I'll